Hi ladies, Coach Therese here, and I just had a couple things I wanted to talk about real quick. First off, I want to talk about the setting the affirmations on your phone. So I'm recording on my phone right now, so I can't show you, but I have an iPhone, so if you have some other kind of phone, you probably know how to work your alarm, your clock, how to set an alarm. What you can do is you go into your clock, then you go into your alarm and you set an alarm. You add time, whatever time. So I want you to do 3 a day. So whether that's going to be first thing in the morning when you wake up, so it could go off in your alarm, and that could be your one. It could be, you know, rise and shine beautiful, or whatever your affirmations are going to be. Or you could do like 10, 1, and 5 o'clock, or whatever times are going to work best for you. So when you set the time, and then it's going to say label. In that label spot, you're going to click that, and that's where you're going to set your affirmation. So when your alarm goes off, it's going to come up, and that's what it's going to say. So like right now, I have an alarm set for 8 o'clock at night, and so when it goes off, it comes up and it says write down 3 things you're thankful for today. So it just helps you be aware of your mindset. We need those affirmations throughout the day. I mean, you can really do whatever you want. It's a great tool for people who are coaching, who want to, you know, set an alarm that says, hey, are you on track today? You know, I've had little sayings, I've had little quotes. You can do pretty much whatever you set 3 affirmations, and I want you to post in the group under this video or wherever, or on a whole separate post if you want, what you did for your affirmations, what alarms you posted in your phone. Okay, so then the other thing I want to talk about is eating. I know that I just was having a conversation last night with someone about this, and she said she's really struggling. She's struggling with meals. She is gluten-free, and she's having a hard time with her meal planning and her eating and things like that. So I said, well, this is great. A lot of people don't realize that when they struggle, that it's a great thing, because I said, if you're struggling, that means someone else might be struggling too. So I was going to address that. So I am not a firm believer, and I know this kind of goes against your programs and what it tells you in there, whatever. When you start to really get serious about your health journey, and you're cutting out processed foods, you're cutting out sugars, you're cutting out all that processed fake stuff, you can really start to listen to your body and what it wants, what it craves, when it's hungry. I am a firm believer of eating when you are hungry. I did the whole eat, you know, 5 times, 6 times a day, every 3 hours. I hated it. I was constantly meal prepping. I was constantly hungry because I was eating every 3 to 4 hours. I was constantly thinking about when my next meal was going to be and what was I going to eat. So it started to become very unhealthy for me. I like to feel full. I like to pig out and just feel like, oh, food baby, I feel full. I'm good now. So I really am a firm believer in eating when you are hungry, if that works for you. So if you're someone who that's happening to you and you're like, wow, I can relate to that because that's kind of how I am, then you know what? Maybe you should try eating 3 big meals during the day and 1 snack, or 2 big meals and a snack and a small dinner. That's kind of what I do. I try to eat the bulk of my carbs for breakfast and lunch when I'm the busiest. Carbs are an energy source. You do need them. They are healthy for you when you are eating good carbs. So I try to eat most of my carbs in the morning and at lunchtime because I'm moving, I'm working out. So I'm going to expend that energy. It's not going to be stored. Remember, anything that is not worked off or used as energy, because that's what a calorie is a unit of measurement of energy. So it's going to be stored as fat. Anything you eat, protein, carbs, whatever, it does. But if you're someone that you like to eat every 3 hours, that works for you, then that's what you should be doing. There is no scientific evidence that says eating within an hour of waking up in the morning is going to boost your metabolism further throughout the day than someone who does fasting. I'm a firm believer in intermittent fasting. I haven't always stuck to that protocol, but I absolutely love to do that. I like to work out on an empty stomach. If that's something that you want to know more about intermittent fasting, then post below and I can definitely do another video on that. I know a lot of people, if you've been working out, I know I don't want to call anyone out in this group, but I know I have a gal in my group who has been an awesome, she is walk the walk. I'm going to do this. I can't have that. I'm sticking to my meal plan. She's very committed and she's struggling. And I told her, maybe you should try intermittent fasting. The whole basis behind that is to burn stored fat for fuel. So it's really good for fat loss. But if you're someone that you can't work out on an empty stomach, then intermittent fasting may not be good for you. I just am a believer in figuring out what works for you. You might figure it out right away. It might take you trial and error, failing and stumbling, and that didn't work. Whatever. That's what I'm here to help you guys with. So I have lots of gluten-free cookbooks. I have lots of recipes. I mean, you guys know how much I love nutrition. I'm super excited to be starting school at Institute of Integrative Nutrition next month. Hopefully, fingers crossed if all goes well. It's an online program a year. So when I'm done, I will have a holistic health coaching certification. But that's what I want to do. Food is the number one thing to help you get a healthy lifestyle. Fitness is the second component of it, and a lot of this country has it totally reversed. They think I can work out and I can do all this fitness and then I can eat whatever I want. That's absolutely not true. You guys, I have not been on point with my workouts. I have not been working out every day like I'm supposed to or 5 times a week. But you know what? I'm thinner now and my weight is lowest it's been in like 10 years. Even when I was working out at a gym with a trainer once a month, doing what she told me, 5 days a week, doing cardio, all of that stuff. And you know why? Because my nutrition is dialed in and it's on point. So the nutrition is 85% and the fitness is 15%, or it's 80-20 or whatever. But nutrition is key. Now, one thing I will say, I am a firm believer in free meals. I don't like the word cheat meal. It implies you're doing something wrong and you are not. I don't like the word reward meal because we're not animals, we're not dogs, whatever. We shouldn't be rewarded for it. Food is not a reward. Food is fuel for your body, period. So, but I do believe that everyone should be able to have a free meal. That's what I like to call them. So if you are someone who you're struggling, have a free meal, one meal. It doesn't mean that you can go all out and eat a 2,000 calorie meal in one sitting. But if you are a pasta lover or a bread lover, then you know what? For your free meal, have spaghetti or lasagna and a piece of garlic bread and a healthy salad. One meal, whether that's once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever. It's not every day, okay? But it's when you're really craving something, it's okay to do that. Because when you don't allow yourself to have those things, it just sets you up for failure. I really want to coach you guys and teach you about sustainable, healthy lifestyle for the rest of your life. This is not a diet. I can't have this or I can't have that or I'm going to cut carbs or whatever you're doing. That's not realistic, period. You can't cut carbs for the rest of your life. That's absolutely ridiculous and it's crazy, and I will challenge anyone who says otherwise. So you have to be able, because when you are able to have those free meals, it satisfies you and you go, okay, I had that, that's great. Now, if you're someone who like I can't just have one cookie or I can't just have one plate of pasta or one slice of bread, then maybe a freedom meal would not be a great fit for you, or maybe that is something that you would want to do when you're out, and then when you're done with your plate, you put salt all over it or whatever. I've had to do that at a Mexican restaurant because I love me some Mexican. I'm Mexican on the inside. I bleed rice and beans. I love, love, love it. I could eat it every day. So I have done that at the restaurant before because, I'm like, I'm done and I don't want to keep eating this chips and beans or whatnot. So I'll put salt on it. My husband looks at me like I'm crazy, but that's what I do for me because I know it works for me. I'm really excited to kick off this group. I love you guys and have a great day.